Ladies and gentlemen, over the past 22 years, I have always heard as a trader that cycles come into the market. We go up and down, and the market ebbs and flows. So everybody is waiting for when are we going to reverse down? We've been just going up almost indefinitely. Is there something different with this rally? I think the answer is yes. Is there something different with Tesla right now when it's trading near all time highs? And my answer is yes. I think it's extremely undervalued. I'm going to show you through simple due diligence why I feel Tesla is undervalued. We're going to show you my reasonings, and you might be surprised who the real good traders are in this world. I hope you're going to enjoy our thoughts on Tesla. I am Mark Melnick. This is the Newsbeat Show. Please understand by watching this video, you're going to pause on this next slide, read it in its entirety, and then hit play. Thank you so much for reading this. All right, so, whoops, sorry about that. Okay, so let's just get right into Tesla here. And yeah, I know it sounds crazy. I'm the same crazy person before. Every single analyst on Wall Street had to come back out and re-raise their price target. When I did literally a video right over here, when Tesla closed at $408, I talked about it going to all-time highs. It literally shot up 50% since I did that video in about a little less than 2 weeks. Or about 2 weeks, let's just call it, and then it kept running up and up and up and up, and now we have Tesla near all-time highs. All-time highs, of course, made January 8th when it hit $884.49. A lot of interesting events coming up. You thought you were a good trader? You thought you knew what you were doing? Ha ha! No, you can't because you don't hold a government position. What are you talking about, Mr. Melnick? Well, allow me to explain. You see, we are in a very weird mess of a political rift in this country. And my argument always is all you could do is be a good person, look out for your fellow man beside you, and do the best you can. The problem is a lot of the political headlines, they blind people. They blind people because they read the headline, and the first thing they read the headline is it's the same reaction from everyone. I'll prove it to you. Don't take my word on it. You hear a political headline and you're angry immediately. You're angry because there's either stupid people on the other side who don't believe the headline or stupid people on the other side who are responsible for the headline. No matter what political headline you read, it actually projects a feeling of anger. It sort of wakes you up in sort of an angry fashion, and you might be sitting there like, "That's not me, Mark." But for every one of you, there are 1,000 other people who are like that. So I'm going to take you in between the lines. I'm going to take you in between the lines. This is completely apolitical. And I'll give you headlines that people interpret politically and tell you how I'm using it to sort of do my own personal due diligence and predictive analysis on a stock like Tesla. So a simple headline I'll give you an example of a simple headline is, the whole XL pipeline thing where President Biden is canceling the headline. Look, even Trudeau is disappointed in it because his country will not make more money. And all these American jobs will be lost. Damn those people on that side of the table. And then the people on that side of the table are like, yeah, good. We're destroying the Indians' land. We're destroying the environment. Good thing that that's happening. And that will be a generalized reaction. But what I want to take you is away from all that political nonsense. That's not the types of thoughts that intelligent, informed people can do. If you've ever watched any of those kung fu movies, they always say, like, harness your anger, control it within. And then you see those kung fu people in like situations where people are coming at them with swords, jumping with pipes. They're like, calm. And they're like, somebody comes up to them, like, and they have like, but they're like calm. They're not like, oh my God, what's going on? They're just like all like ever see Neo at the end of the Matrix one, where all the agents are shooting at him and all the bullets are coming at him, and he's just like, you ever see him? You ever see him? And he's just like this. He's like, and he just goes like that, and then all the bullets just suddenly slow down, and then he's like, and then they just drop down to the floor. You ever see that part of the Matrix? He's relaxed the whole time. If you could remain relaxed here, listen to this. All you have to do is think one step ahead. You don't even have to be intelligent to figure out the next level. That's the funny part about all this. You could be half brain dead, not completely, but half brain dead. And if you approach it from an apolitical standpoint where you don't really give an F about the politics, like I don't, you'll notice one thing. On average, ladies and gentlemen, based on my own due diligence, oil to be traveled through the XL pipeline costs $10 a barrel to transport it. Transporting oil is a very expensive endeavor. If you don't believe me, why do you think Iran is fighting over the Strait of Hormuz? Because that is the shipping route to all the oil and that controls the flow of oil. You see, between the United States and Canada, we're actually connected via land. It makes it very easy to build a pipeline. And this pipeline is exactly what you think it is. When it runs through Alaska, it's literally this huge above ground pipeline, this huge cylindrical pipeline that's just literally running through nonstop. And this cylindrical pipeline is transferring all this oil, Canada and the US. Without this pipeline, and this is the due diligence that few people care to do because they just get stopped at the political anger, which is nonsense and silly and harmful for you, but we won't get into that. It actually costs $30. Your gas prices are ready to go up, ladies and gentlemen. Your gas prices are going to explode. But what does that benefit? Anyone want to take a guess? What higher oil prices benefit? Green energy, Tesla, batteries, electric vehicle conversion, anything that has to do, correct. Anything that has to do with electric vehicles get benefited by this. Okay. Now, obviously, there would be some people you feel in government who would maybe be on top of something like this. And this is my point. Just when you thought you were a good trader, you want to know who would trade your ass off right now? Who would out trade the living expletive out of you? You ready for this? You ready for this? Are you ready for this? Nancy Pelosi. You see, well, Nancy, and this very apolitical. Heck, I wish I had her talent. Nancy Pelosi. Right over here, it might be hard to read here, but I'll read it for you. If you could see Tesla here. She purchased Tesla on December 22nd. She bought, you're ready for this, 25 call options with a strike price of $500 on December 22nd. So just to give you a little bit of context, man, I mean, she bought it as it was dipping to the exponential 8. I'm telling you, Nancy Pelosi is sitting there inside Congress doing her thing, and she has like TC2000 up. Like she's like, I'm doing my Melnick algorithmic trend lines here. We're gonna see when this Tesla wants to move. Like that's what she's doing. December 22nd, she bought $500 calls, 140 points in the money, options, not only expiring soon. No, she wasn't. I'm holding the weeklies. No, that's not what she was doing. You know what she was doing? She bought them for March 18th, 2022. She paid between $500,000 and $1 million in options on Tesla. Do you think she's good? Have you seen this lady's prior trades? She will wipe the floor with your P&L, this woman. She is an absolute beast. You want to know who I want to learn from? You want to know if Nancy Pelosi was running a trading service, I would join it. I would join it like yesterday. I'd be like, "Damn girl, you're on fire. Keep that info coming." That's what I'd be like. She's buying these calls deep in the money. Now, does that mean Tesla's going to go up? Let me ask you this, right or wrong. Have you ever heard of one trade that Nancy Pelosi has lost on? I haven't. And she did other trades like she's an animal. She's an animal. She is an absolute animal. She can girl, you're in the wrong business, girl. You should be like full-time trader, girl. Like you are not doing it right. I mean, look, I'm not here to judge. I'm just saying, like, damn, killing it with huge amount of Tesla calls. Now, so people, of course, will stop and they'll say, "Oh my God, she probably knows something. Of course she knows something." And then the other side on the table is like, "She did not break any rules or regulations by doing that, and she has the right to do it." But once you move past that BS, you can actually see a trend here that can actually help you make money, in my humble opinion, or at least inform you, right? So then all of a sudden, there's this. And by the way, if you haven't noticed, besides for showing you in the next thing I'm going to show you is going to really just seal the deal on my opinions. I feel you're just going to be like, holy shit, Mark is right. Excuse my language. That's what I think you're going to say. The whole point is don't let anything, don't let good information out there turn into anger, no matter what. Don't let good information out there turn into anger. It won't serve you well. Making money in the market, that's going to serve you well. Next one, Paris Climate Agreement. This is right from whitehouse.gov. And what it says is acceptance on behalf of the United States of America. I, comma, Joseph R. Biden Jr., President of the United States of America, having seen and considered the Paris Agreement, I totally believe home slice, ham bro, sugar puppy, pounds dude, definitely read 3,000 pages of the Paris Accord. I am 100% convinced he went line by line. And he was sitting there and he's like, honey, do me a favor. Can you flip real quick to page 2,348, paragraph 7, sentence A, line 3. What do you think of that? Well, anyway, moving on from that. Having seen and considered the Paris Agreement, done at Paris on December 12, 2015, do hereby accept the said agreement and every article, clause thereof, on behalf of the United States of America, done at Washington this 20th day of January 2021. In English, President Biden signed the Paris Accord and everything it said on January 20th, 2021. Oh my, and I know what some people, oh my God, that is so dumb. We're going to be giving trillions of dollars to China and all these other countries. All right. Do you want to make money and take care of your family? I don't really care what you think about the Paris Accord. I don't really give a what you think about climate change. I'm trying to show you how to put the pieces together without getting political. That is the secret. That is the secret to success. So, we have the sickest trader I've ever seen in my life, Nancy Pelosi. We have the President of the United States, President Biden, signing the Paris Accord. And do yourself a favor and let me bring you back. Do you remember why? All right, like why did the chicken cross the road? Why did the Elon Musk leave the White House? Because President Trump left the Paris Accord. Now, why? Why would that anger, Elon? Why would that anger Elon? Elon is like right now with Biden signing the Paris Accord. There's drone footage of Elon right now taking multiple frames of him and what he's doing right now. This is Elon Musk right now. This is totally Elon. He's like, he did what? Like that's him right now. That's like real live footage of Elon Musk right now because he knows under the Paris Accord that governments, especially being the largest contributor, the United States of America, is going to be giving tens of trillions of dollars. I think we're on the line for 2 trillion plus, but between everything, all the countries combined, trillions of dollars to have green initiatives to combat global warming. And you know what he thinks about global warming? You know what he thinks? That's what he thinks about global warming. He's just going to be like that. He's getting down with it like right now. I can imagine him dancing inside his house asking his wife to get his daughter a juice box. He's like, honey, can you bring CP at symbol pound sign 3 dash Aether squared an apple juice box? Yes, Elon, honey, I can do that. That is what's happening right now. Instead, people are sitting here and they're looking at Tesla and they just cannot believe the price. They're like, oh my God, this stock is bigger than General Motors. I can't believe it. I'm going to spell it out. There is no reason why we don't see a quick. I mean, there's no doubt that a stock like Tesla goes through $1,000 from where it is now. I think even higher in the cards. I think you're going to get even further. You literally have politicians, president. There's going to be no pushback on this policy. For the first time in a long time, we have a unification of the three major branches between the House, Senate, and presidency. And as much as that makes you happy or upset, the bottom line is there is going to be nothing stopping them, in my humble opinion, from dumping obnoxiously absurd amounts of money towards Teslas. Everybody is going to get an electric vehicle. Gasoline vehicles in this country are just going to be on a sharp decline. And it's going to start with your gas prices rising. Don't you understand that the whole point of canceling the pipeline isn't because, somebody, this person hates the country and he's so this or that? It's none of that nonsense. That's just all BS. It's all about inflating gas prices because the higher your gas prices are, the more attractive Tesla is. So by stopping the flow of gas into our country or taking out one of the major sources that made America independent of oil is to just basically say we don't want oil. And by joining the Paris Accord while simultaneously cutting off and within the same week getting rid of the XL pipeline, signing the Paris Accord, politicians disclosing positions in Tesla. Maybe it's just all a coincidence. But no matter what you think of it, there are going to be companies that are going to benefit massively. And I promise you, there are going to be a lot more green jobs in the United States. And keep in mind, I'm not even saying that's good or bad. I think it's great that everybody has a job and has the ability to earn a living and support their family and support the things they like in life. That's the American dream, ultimately, isn't it? I just think it's very important for a lot of people to just move past a lot of the nonsense, a lot of the noise, and get to a place where they can be consistently profitable in the market. And that's where I am, and that's where the Newsbeat live room is. Also, in terms of earnings, um, I believe if I'm not, I'm looking it up right now, and I'll pop it up for you guys right here. Tesla's reporting this Wednesday. Here's the irony of it all. So let's talk a little about that. So Tesla, you think Melnick loves food? Look how they're advertising to me. You guys wonder why I tell you not to talk about food. This is like Google ads. Like, what does Melnick want to buy into right now? Like, this is Google ads trying to hit me up right here on the right side of my screen. But Tesla is reporting. Let's talk a little about Tesla earnings now that we're here. Again, I've had videos talking about Catalyst and breakouts in Tesla before there were any other videos out there. I've been on top of this name like I don't know, white on rice, like green on grass, like, brown inside my son's diaper. But, looking at Tesla here, um, let's see, just gonna pull up the last earnings, just uno momento. I'm just gonna talk about what's projected for them, where I think they could potentially go, and what kind of move we can expect from here. Okay. They're being added to the S&P. All right. All right. So here is their last earnings report. Here is their last earnings report, and I'm just going to share that with you right now. We're just going to go over the due diligence together. So Tesla reported 76 cents a share versus the 56 cents consensus. They had 8.77 billion in revenue versus a consensus 8.26. Company said the third quarter of 2020 was a record quarter on many levels. So keep in mind, during the entire people working from home, people not having to go out, they're posting record numbers. Over the past 4 quarters, we generated over $1.9 billion of free cash flow while spending $2.4 billion on new production capacity. Not only that, they say that their operating margin is growing to reach industry-leading levels. Tesla CEO says the Q3 is the best quarter in its history, coming out of Elon Musk's mouth. He says the energy segment is poised for strong growth. This company has it all. And I do want to remind you, they reported these earnings you see here on October 21st. They reported it on October 21st. Nobody knew who the next president of the United States was going to be on October 21st. So they're walking into earnings now. The type of projections this company is going to make, they would have to make it up, in my opinion. Because what's going to happen is we're putting so many trillions of dollars into the Paris Accord, and we're going to be fighting for green energy initiatives. And Tesla is going to be the answer for every single country. Yes, you have other electric vehicle companies, they're going to benefit as well. NIO, Candy, even all the XPEV and all the LiDAR battery makers, and there's a huge list of them, and maybe I'll, one day just bring up a list for you guys, but they're going to all benefit as well. But when you look at Tesla, you have to realize that Tesla is indeed the industry leader when it comes to this. So Tesla is going to be the answer for um, many of these countries' things. So if I could draw it and just make it as simple as possible, I'm going to show you just how simple it is right now. Here you have the Earth. Here you have the Earth, and little countries in the Earth, and I know it looks like I don't know what the F. All right, that's our planet. Okay, so that's Earth. What happens is all the countries of Earth, they don't like heat. They don't like heat, so they want to cool it down a little. So what they're doing is they're coming up and they're just literally pooling trillions of dollars for this global warming, excuse me, initiative, because it's getting too hot. Temperature is temp too hot, or funny, temperature is not really too hot. They're just predicting it getting hotter. So they're predicting the temperature will be too hot. And again, whether you agree or disagree with that, I don't really care if you do or don't. That's not the point. The point is this is what's happening. So the entire world is putting money into energy initiatives. What's going to happen is you're going to have this dude right here, This dude, it's just gonna look like that, and you're just gonna have like that dude down there. Like that's what's happening. Countries band together, pull together money, fight for a green initiative. That's Elon Musk in real life. And yes, he'll go to other initiatives as well, but you have to realize energy with all these coal plants around the world, even the clean coal plants and the energy efficient ones and the ones that don't do pollution, they're trying to destroy oil. At the same time, the irony behind this is it's going to be a direct attack on the financial systems of the Middle East. So what you'll notice right now is, Saudi Arabia, they're dumping a lot of money into these American companies right now. But countries like Qatar will always be okay. But Kuwait, Iran, Libya, they're done. These countries are over. They're going to implode upon themselves like a dying star. And it's kind of weird in a way to just see how this is happening. That what the US actually is doing now is, whether you realize it or not, the United States of America just declared war on oil. That's anti Russia. That's anti Iran. That's anti North Korea. It's not too anti China because even though China needs a lot of oil, they're massively pushing into electric vehicles. I mean, there are Tesla plants there now. They're massively doing the shift and the conversion. And what you're going to see is, as you declare war on oil, what happens when you declare war on drugs? What happens to the price of drugs when you declare war on it? They shoot up in value. You don't really prevent people from accessing the drugs. Just like oil, you're not going to prevent people from accessing oil, but what you're going to literally do is you're going to explode the price. You're going to see the prices explode. Nobody's talking about this now. I know it's not a sexy topic to talk about your prices going up at the pump, because maybe staying from home, you're not going to really care if you have to pay another 50 cents or $1 a gallon. If you're on the road all the time, sure, it might bother you a bit, but that is ultimately what is happening in the world. That is ultimately going to be the geopolitical shift in the world. Where do you think we're going to get these trillions of dollars um, to put towards the Paris Accord? Print. Everybody has to stay from home for a lot longer than we were hoping for. Print. And what do you think is going to happen when people like Elon Musk start receiving all those government grants to give people access to these cars at a less expensive price? That is why I think Tesla is not only undervalued in terms of where it's going, it's actually the biggest undervalued part of Tesla, ironically, is the fact that it trades in US dollars. And while I have never been a person who will always say, oh, the debt to the currency, and I know there are people who talk like that over the years, and the truth is, we are headed in that direction with our national debt. I think we are at the point of no return. I said some years ago, if we pass $27.5 trillion in debt, we're at the point of no return. The truth is, we have over $100 trillion in debt nobody likes to speak about. Like, for example, your Social Security and these packages, they're all unfunded, but they're obligations. You see, when people actually look at the national debt, that's just literally debt that we've loaned to other countries on paper. It doesn't take into account debt that we're going to have to eventually pay to the people of the United States of America. So you are going to see, because Tesla's weighted in US dollars, there is zero. And again, I don't give stock picks or investment advice. I'm just giving you my 2 cents. Approach it with comedic value. There's no way I see Tesla trading less than $2,000. And no, it's not going to happen. It'll happen relatively soon in terms of a stock going up potentially, 150% from here per se, but one step at a time. You're going to get to, I believe you're going to get to $1,000. I believe Tesla is massively undervalued, more now than it ever has been, because We just signed the Paris peace. We just signed the Paris Accord. We just canceled the XL pipeline, and we're going to be printing trillions of dollars. That is a perfect storm for Tesla. Let me know your thoughts. If you're interested in trading with us, there are links within the description. Let me know your thoughts on Tesla. Happy trading, make money, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning on the Newsbeat live trading.